Adhan has to be in Arabic and has to be the wordings narrated in hadith and the wordings legislated by Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the mutawatir adhan we are used to from day one. No one should add and subtract sentences, and no one can choose wording of their own. Adhan must be in Arabic and must be in the words which are the wording of adhan. No one should say, okay, we need to add this or we need to subtract this. Okay, for example, Hayya ala salah. Okay, if someone is very clever, says, oh, why don't we say drive to the masjid instead of drive to salah? Yeah, or you may think that, but this is not how the deen works. Okay. Adhan should be loud. Adhan should be loud where possible. If you live in England and you live in a place where you're not allowed to give adhan in speaker, okay, fair enough. But inside the masjid, at least the person who's giving adhan should be as loud as suitable. The real in adhan is i'lan, is announcement, and is making people aware. So it shouldn't be something very quiet. It should be loud. Number 4, the adhan should be in correct order. And there shouldn't be undue gaps in the middle for no reason. We have covered these two words before in wudu, tartib and muwalat. Tartib means the correct order, muwalat means one after another. Okay? If someone says Allahu Akbar, and then he starts checking his WhatsApp, and after a little while, Allahu Akbar, that's not acceptable. Okay? It should be like you hear our adhan, Allahu Akbar, and then you should have a good, breathe in, Allahu Akbar, again, fair enough. But there's no need to have massive gaps. There should be no gaps. The Shafi'is and the Hanbalis say that this is from the shart of adhan, that it should be in the correct order, and there shouldn't be gaps for no reason. Okay? The correct order means if it wasn't given in correct order, it will have to be repeated. Okay? And Ahnaf and Malik, he says, is makruh to not have the correct order. Meaning, a person is given adhan and he mixed up. He said Hayya ala falah first, and then he said Hayya ala salah. He got mixed up. Okay? Those who say it tartib is shart, he will have to go back to where he said the adhan correctly up to that point and do from again. For example, a person read Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah the second time, and then he went Hayya ala falah. So now he should correct himself. Do Hayya ala salah again twice, then Hayya ala falah, and then he should correct it adhan. Making sense? If the muadhin is still in adhan, he can correct himself there and then. If he finishes adhan, then those who have a stricter view, they will say, well, you have to repeat the adhan. The others will say, well, it was disliked, but it's done now. Yeah? And if you can imagine, last time we said, the Hanabila, they said adhan is fard kifaya. Alright? Especially if you are the only masjid in the locality. If you are the only masjid in the locality and you are the only adhan, and then you make a mistake, because if there were plenty of masajid or two masajid, one of them did the adhan correctly, the fard kifaya is done, right? The masjid near us, let's say university here, they made adhan correctly, we made a mistake. Okay, in that madhab, they'll say the fard kifaya is done. But if we were the only masjid, now the implications are deeper. Now you must repeat adhan because the fard is fard kifaya in that madhab. Yeah. So other than that, others are not so strict. But if you are the only madhab and the fard kifaya is on you, then if you are the only masjid who follows that madhab, then you will have to repeat the adhan. Okay. The others are more lenient because they consider it sunnah, they don't consider it fard kifaya. Okay? And because they think it's fard kifaya, some Hanabila, they are more stricter they say if you talk in adhan, it nullifies the adhan. Even small talk. If it's very slight, like no or yes in the middle, for example, you are given adhan, someone's going to come and switch off the microphone, you go stop. It's small talk, no problem. But if someone says something rude, he goes, move your donkey, or swear, that would nullify his adhan, because adhan is a link to ibadah, and is from the symbols of Islam. It shouldn't be taken lightly. So others, they allow, they say adhan will not be void if it's a slight talk, but for a reason. And but if it's rude, if it's swearing, Hanabila, they are strict on it only because in their madhab adhan is fard kifaya. Yeah.